Hello, and welcome back to Beethro's Teacher. Onward to level 3rd. Denfrey's sword was a twig compared to Beethro's giant two-handed blade. The appeal of the larger weapon was that one hit always did the job, despite any armor, scales, or fur that might be in the way. Serpents, maybe? I mean, we didn't really have Wraithwings on the previous levels, so these texts might not actually mean anything. Beethro had always scoffed at one-handed swords, which seemed more decorative than functional, but perhaps a light load was the secret of Denfrey's speed. Okay. Well, we are going to waste a little bit of time here by destroying every single broken wall. Doesn't look like people have come down here in a while. Like, what even is this place that we're in? It's just this random building on the high path, and...
You've been a good student, little fierce one. I'll gladly carry you to greater challenges. Go on, I'll be right behind you.
Do I even want to find another secret in this hold? Oh, we'll still look. Well, let's go for the direction that has a landmark. Just one room. And there is nothing in it. No conquer token, no enemies, so I guess that means... Oh wait, no, there are Wraithwings, okay. Not spiders, then. I mean, there could also be spiders. Okay, so what's going on here? We have one decoy and one mimic. We can go around in order to chase the Wraithwings in a particular direction. We want to chase the Wraithwings into the chambers with the bombs. If they go onto these arrows, they're just stuck, and that's not good for anybody. And then... So these broken walls can break open. There's a bomb here. Interesting. It is not the only way that these open. So this bomb must go off before the Wraithwings will even move. Okay. Well, there are a couple of ways we can set the bomb off. Obviously, we can go to either fuse end, or we can place a mimic or decoy in the center. We almost certainly want to do one of those. Decoy here? No. Decoys and Wraithwings are weird, actually, because that will keep the Wraithwing at this spot, looking at the decoy. But chasing Wraithwings, like, basically a Wraithwing will fly outside of a decoy's range, and then it'll start targeting Beethro. And if it happens to fly into the decoy's range, it'll then fly away from the decoy again. Yeah, so decoys and Wraithwings are a combination of elements that are not very pleasant to work with together. So naturally, that's the sort of thing we can expect from this hold. We also have a mimic. So anyway, as I was saying, I can place one of the doubles on either of these fuse ends to light everything. This will do the same thing here. Now, the problem is, I'm guessing this is so loopy to give me time to get from here to here, but I guess I can check that. probably want to place the doubles before I start doing this sort of stuff, but let's just see what my timing is like. Oh, okay. Lots of time. And I'm assuming that there's 2 for symmetry, but it doesn't really matter which one I do. So if I do this, what happens here? Why do these doors even exist? These doors I can kind of see. It's telling me that I have to be out in this area when the explosion goes off. But it'll be past the door by the time this bomb goes off. Ah. Okay, well that's why we just do things, because it answers questions. Right, so this will set off this bomb, which, by the way, if we just wait... that answers another question. Anyway, so let's back up to the first thing I noticed before I forget. So these going off... this means that I do actually need both fuses to be lit at roughly the same time if I'm going for this approach, which I could use a mimic for. However, I could also just use a mimic in the center to blow up both of them, and that would work. The problem with that is I think what we're actually wanting to do in order to kill these Wraithwings is to, because this is the second thing I noticed, this creates a spot where I can actually just put a mimic. And if I had been facing a different direction, I would have been able to intercept that one. So that means I don't need the bomb to kill the Wraithwing, which was my initial assumption. I had initially assumed that the bombs would be blowing up to kill the Wraithwings. I no longer think that's possible because of how this mechanism works. So now, the problem is, the only spot I can place a double is on these broken walls. And this setup ensures that a mimic is not getting from one side to the other. And this setup is ensuring that I'm not manipulating the Wraithwings. Basically, this orb and these doors means that the Wraithwings are never being pushed by Beethro. They are only ever coming towards Beethro. The only way to prevent them from doing that would be to place a decoy here. Which I think would actually trap them. So that's the thing to check, I guess. Ah. This is why we test things. So there is not just one Wraithwing, there are in fact 2 Wraithwings, which means that the 2 Wraithwings are going to be attracted to you. Okay, like, doesn't this just solve itself then? Like... yeah, I can come over here to... Well, okay. So I put it there because I was worried that if I put it over here, it was just gonna cause me problems, but... Yeah, because now it's just gonna light it too soon. Maybe I put it here. I can't wiggle it. Whoops. There we go. So yeah, doesn't this just solve itself? It's not perfect, but is that good enough? It did get past both. Okay. And then I just do this, right? Okay, so yeah, it just solves itself. So now I just have to kill the Wraithwings. Which isn't completely free, to be fair. If I do this, yeah, I don't think I have any way of getting you out of that corner now. So I do have to still kill. So like this whole mechanism. I mean, I guess I could get the Mimic out, and then I could use the Mimic to kill the Wraithwings. That's probably a lot easier than anything else I'd be trying to do. And I do have a little bit of time here. No, I need to go like this. Yeah. Okay, so this might actually be the challenging part. Getting the Mimic out. Because I think that's going to be the easiest way. I need both of these to go off within a turn of each other. I don't think it's possible to do them at the same turn. Because if I do that, it doesn't work. I think the only way I can... Like, I'm pretty sure that's the best I'm going to get. Oh. Whoops. This is the best we can do. And you just get stuck there anyway. If I just run for it and then try to use this space, does it work? Okay. So that was mostly a parsing challenge, but it wasn't actually that hard once I knew what I had to do. Another dead end. Okay. Well... You're going to tell me something obvious about this room? Let's hear what you have to say before we try parsing it for ourselves.
Mind the Wraithwing. Go too close and you'll trap it.
Okay. There is an arrow trap. That is true. And if I try to get above it...
The Wraithwing is stuck now. And why is that? You didn't listen to me. That's why.
Accurate. Okay. So we need to get the Wraithwing out of this. Do these do the obvious? Yes. They open these. They also open these for some reason. I say for some reason, I think I know what the reason is. That's going to let me get into this row with the Wraithwing at the bottom, which lets me get around the Wraithwing. It also opens these. I need both of these for that to be open. Ultimately, why do I need that? I need that because...
Mind the Wraith...
That's going to be the only way to get... Okay, I guess I need the Roach Queen for that. Are either of these survivable? Of course not. Okay.
Mind the Wraithwing. Go too close and you'll trap it. The Wraithwing is stuck now. And why is that? You didn't listen to me. That's why.
Right, so I think we need these doors open because my suspicion is... Well, I don't even have to suspect. I can just flat out tell you. If I go up around this way, Wraithwing will go into the arrow. So the only way to be within 5 tiles of it is to hug the wall here until we get to this point, and then we go north. So both of these doors must be open to get the Wraithwing. One of these doors must be open in order for us to get up into this top area in the first place. So breaking these gives me extra tools that I can use. Having a roach to disrupt the Wubba formation might be useful. Having a Wubba to protect me from... I just need one side, right? I have enough time to do that. Yeah, okay. So as long as I have a Wubba on either of those spots, I can survive this. So yeah, one Wubba for this. However...
Mind the Wraithwing. Go too close and you'll trap it.
Do I have time to do this? I do. Okay. So I do have the ability to get something out. Well, since I think this side will be easier, let's do the Wubba first.
Mind the Wraith...
Problem with this... Oh no, I was able to get it out. Okay. I just say easier because I just don't want to deal with another Wubba horde. That's really what it comes down to. Okay. Now. Do I want to keep any of these roaches alive? I wonder. If I do that, that gives me... It keeps the web out of my way, and it gives me easy access to roaches that I can pull, so I don't have to deal with the Roach Queen. Also, proof of concept, that lets me get up here. So now using those roaches, I'm just assuming that this was impossible without some sort of obstacle. No, if I do that, then that doesn't work. Okay, well, we'll get 2 of them up here, and we'll just hit it like that. It's probably fine. That's still not going to get me out. The Wubba's move first. Okay. I guess I do have the ability to get around the Roach Queen, so I could actually have a Roach Queen in one of these corners now, instead of using these roaches. Because this is just not working. Alright. Let's do this with better timing. So if we do it, well, okay, if I do this, there we go. I could even use Denfree as an obstacle here. Which doesn't, in practical terms, I don't think does anything for me. There we go. Just chase you in. We'll just wait for you to spawn. Okay. Well, that was disappointing. That did basically nothing for me. Okay. No, you're not going to lay eggs anymore. So that doesn't help me. No, okay. So what can I do differently here? I I could have the Roach Queen in a different spot. That's pretty easy to set up. Like if I want the Roach Queen in that corner, for example. I can oh, that's the problem. Okay, so I have, these are all of the resources I'm ever going to have for this. I have a Roach Queen and an unlimited number of roaches. I have a Wubba as well, but I don't imagine adding another Wubba is going to help with this in any way. So what do I actually want? I could be more precise with the Roach Queen. I could put the Roach Queen like right here. Getting her trapped on roaches. And that would probably not do anything good for me because then I just have to kill her and then kill the roaches. Okay, so if I look at this, what has to happen for that move to be okay? Do this, I turn, and it's already too late. Because in this setup, there is no possible way I'm ever getting past any of these. So, be faster. I can which one opens this? This one does. Oh, of course. Not that it would matter, because I think here is still too close to this arrow. So in this situation, I've hit the orb. 7, that's interesting. So the Roach Queen moves faster than these Wubbas, but slower than these Wubbas. I wonder if that's relevant. It is a reason why doing things on one side and the other would be different. However, well, yeah, let's just, before I even start thinking about things too much, let's just go with this and see what happens. It doesn't matter because I'm not in that column. Alright, let's back up again for a second. Put the Roach Queen here. So if I hit this, what would let me possibly get out of this? I would need okay, if I had a Roach Queen here, and she laid eggs on this turn, and didn't lay here. Okay, there's all sorts of reasons here. I could turn my sword, step, step, turn my sword again, and then I'd be able to get out without this roach killing me. However, if there's a roach egg on this tile when I try to do that, that's going to require me to take 1, 2, 3, 4 turns just to 5. It'll take me 5 turns to get from here to here stabbing the queen if there's an obstacle here. But basically I need these 2 tiles blocked. It could be on either side. But I need to have these 2 tiles blocked. And then hold on. So wait, can't I just do this by waiting twice? Because now... Well, no, because that would only work if you were here. Okay, well, why don't you just be there then? Right, you move that turn, so I wait 1. Now you don't lay an egg. And the spawn roaches are always going to be slower than the webbas. The thing is, I need something blocking this tile. Alright, the reason that's an issue is because... Okay, well, I can just wait here. So now turn order does matter, because if you were on the opposite end, they would have both moved at the same time. But now I can do that. There we go. That was kind of silly. Yeah, there's no, I like that. That was a good use of the monster mechanics. You didn't have a whole lot to work with, so you're able to kind of work out what you need to do. That was interesting. Blue door moves around. This might be a bigger level then. Possibly 2 rooms. Well, obviously 2 rooms down this way. You're gonna go in there?
In this room, there is but one monster to kill. Return to me after you've slain the ferocious beast.
There's no way a Wraithwing by itself could kill me.
It is good to have confidence. But let us not be prideful.
I'm just saying it's impossible. One Wraithwing can't...
Sometimes, my boy, I fear you are too vain and willful to be taught.
Now, a lone Wraithwing can actually kill. I'm not sure if a lone Wraithwing can kill Beethro. If you had And also, I guess soldiers didn't exist. Stalwarts and soldiers didn't exist back when this hold came out. So I mean, regardless, this was true at the time. Wraithwings cannot directly kill Beethro. You can have a lone Wraithwing. What I was going to say is if you have a situation where you have a Stalwart and Beethro with a Wraithwing, the Wraithwing will run away, and I think it'll kill the Stalwart. I know Roach Queens can kill if you have that situation set up. A Roach Queen will kill a Stalwart if it's trying to run away from a different Stalwart or from Beethro. You can't use a decoy to get that effect because if Beethro is close enough to the Wraithwing for it to hit Beethro, it's not going to be paying attention to the decoy. Anyway, there's not a whole lot we can do here. We can hit an orb. I guess the thing that we could do is we could position this Wubba differently. Do we want the Wubba positioned differently? We're not getting in here. We can't open this again. So as it stands, the Wubba gets stuck on this obstacle. If I put it down here, the Wubba gets stuck on this obstacle. If I put it here, then the Wubba can come in here and join me. So that's probably what I want. I'm just going to do it before I start thinking about anything else. This won't be very hard to set up, will it? No? Okay. I'm not sure why. I feel like I'm probably one of Wubba in here. I don't know how the rest of the room's going to play out, but just looking at this, that just makes sense to me as a thing I can do, so let's just do it. Right, so now if I go over here, the Wubba well, as long as the Wubba is here, the Wubba will still be able to get back up. So I guess this whole mechanism, the point of this mechanism is to prevent the Wubba from coming in this way. I think. Again, there's only one thing I can do right now, so I might as well just do it. There was nowhere else I could have put the Wubba. I can control where the Wubba goes, well, out of these 3 tiles. Or even here, for that matter. I don't want it over here, though, so let's just put it here. Because that way it'll move 1 in, and then it'll still get in. So yeah, we're just going to let the Wubba do what it's going to do. I've got the world's most useful checkpoint over there. I guess... I'm trying to think. With 1 turn on do, I think that's literally useless. Like, you take the checkpoint. In fact, do you have dialogue if I take the checkpoint? No, okay. Because now, even if I restore to that, I still have to use Unlimited Undo, which didn't exist until 3 versions later. Alright, so... Okay, I can... so I could actually go up here to get you. For some reason, I thought I was going to be going up here again. But I guess not. So now there's the problem, where if I go up here...
Now, you see what pride has wrought.
What?
The Wraithwing can no longer be reached. You have brought failure upon us.
Jeebus, I'm sorry. So I screwed up a little.
Do you know what is worse than pride? Conceit. Conceit is worse than pride.
What? They're the same thing.
No, because sometimes pride can be good, but to be conceitful, as you have been,
Oh, please.
is always bad.
I am not listening to this flaming load of buttockry.
Those are words of pride and conceit.
Okay, well, I'm glad we got that. Buttockry is definitely a word. Yeah, so the Wraithwing did not kill us, however, we did fail the room. Right, so... Yeah, I was thinking about getting the Wubba back up there, which obviously isn't happening because this door can never open. So we actually want the Wubba over here, which actually means I didn't want to do what I was doing up here, because... Well, let's just restart. It was easy enough to get easy enough to get the Wubba where it was. So here, what happens if I just go as fast as possible? Well, it's even worse, because now you're one further over. Okay, does this Wubba have anything to do with what I'm trying to do here? Maybe the Wubba's just a red herring? Yeah, because if I look at this, how am I actually going to get the Wubba through here? The Wubba is never going to go through here, because the only way it could possibly get through here is if it was already in here and I was up here. Because I could pull it up and through like that. And even then it's not going to go any further than that. Yeah, I don't actually think there's a way to get the Wubba in here. Okay, so now we've got a lone Wraithwing. But this looks pretty impossible. Because the only obstacle in the room is that door. So if we had a Wubba here, we need the Wubba to be on this tile so that I have an obstacle for the Wraithwing. Because that's pretty easy to get the... Yeah, easy to get the Wraithwing there. Alright. So...
In this...
I don't need to worry about... this. That's interesting. Doesn't matter though. Like, I can get the Wubba stuck here, but then it's just gonna still get stuck on here. Which ultimately doesn't do me a lot of good. If I got the Wubba, does this open ever? It does. Okay, so the goal is to get the Wubba stuck on this tile specifically, so that it dodges in between the obstacles and then gets stuck on the door. And then when I open this, it slides through. Okay, well, we now understand everything in the rooms. Now it's just a matter of getting the Wubba into a specific spot. I don't know if going over here actually makes any difference, because then I'm just... Yeah, okay. I think the trick is that I have to actually go this way and think outside of the puzzle area. Just use this space. 111 moves, all for that. Well, this is not a first place score. Yeah, so using these tunnels is part of the puzzle. They are these passages, I guess. I'm pretty sure... okay, well that's interesting. That's also fixable, I just have to come back up here. Kind of a weird set of problems to have. Alright, well, we got our Webba. So this is just an observation puzzle. Really. Pretty easy once you see what you have to do.
Excellent work.
But it's a different kind of puzzle for sure. That was interesting. It's hard to judge the difficulty of something like this, because maybe I just don't see it for an hour, or maybe, you know, maybe I do. Kind of like that one Webba room on the second level that took me an hour to spot, or to figure out what you can do with a trapdoor and a broken wall. Is this just a horde room? There are Wraithwings in it, which makes me suspicious. 47 minutes, huh? I guess I can probably start with this. If it is just a horde room, I mean, there was that horde, the bonus secret room on the first level that was... it took me like 2 hours. So trying to just do a horde room. Let's see. I can take this in stages. So I can run around clearing all of these roach queens on the outside. I don't think it matters if I have all of these fill up with roaches. Maybe it does. I can drop all of the trapdoors to open them, which then releases them and the Wraithwings. Then there's this at the end. Pressure plates didn't exist yet, so you have to improvise. I see. This is just a pressure plate that toggles these on a timer. Fair enough. When I'm in here, I hit this orb that releases this Wraithwing. These doors... Alright, so I think this final part is saying that when all is said and done, I'm hitting the orb to get a Wraithwing to chase me out. Let's just look at the timing on that and see. Well, first of all, how much time have I got here? So if a Wraithwing was right next to me, I would kill it here. Okay. So this central mechanism is basically saying, get Wraithwings. Are these on arrows? They are. Okay, that makes this easier. Basically, I want these 4 Wraithwings probably here, here, one of these, and here. Maybe here, 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 and here. Some combination. Regardless, let's just kill some roach queens. Do I want to drop that trapdoor now? Let's just kill the roach queens and we'll worry about trapdoors later. We're not going for a high score here. Okay, it was not actually very hard to kill all these roach queens. But still. These are now basically full. But I think survivable. Like, that's the other question. Like, where do I want the last trapdoor I take to be? And I could have pre-positioned a Wraithwing in order to make certain things safer. I'm just going to go backwards. I have a feeling I'm going to survive this. Okay. So now I have to not die to the Wraithwings. I almost certainly want one of them trapped here, so let's just do that now. That's interesting. So I could have had a Wraithwing get stuck in one of those, but I didn't. Alright, I'm going to make an assumption here. That I wasn't sure if that was going to work, but I'm going to assume that's where I want it. And then for this side, obviously we're going to want here and here. I'm just going to assume that that's going to work, and if not, I can... This room's actually pretty easy as far as managing the roach hordes. So this is really just a Wraithwing puzzle. Let's not kill the Wraithwing. Wraithwings are, of course, the problem here. Look. That was unexpected. Okay, well, we do want the Wraithwing there. Putting it here is probably fine. Let's just get it out of the way. Let's just hope this works. The only reason the Wraithwings are making the Roach Horde difficult to deal with is because I don't want to just kill the Wraithwings. If I was able to just kill them, then this would have been a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to assume then that you go here. And now it's just a matter of if the positions of these Wraithwings will affect the final one in the way that I want. No. Okay, that answers that. Well, does this work? So we have to have a Wraithwing there. I guess that roach doesn't matter. I can stab it later. This is... That's good. Are you still going to chase me the whole way down? Yes. Okay, good enough. So kind of trial and error at the end there. Yeah, I mostly like the room. The problem is that it's just really hard to predict. Alright, well that was pretty good progress, all things considered. So, this is a Wraithwing level, I guess. Maybe we get Serpents on the next level? Anyway, we'll finish up the rest of this next time. I will see you then.